Hey, what's up, YouTube? Excited to be back with you after a day break yesterday. A lot of things going on, but excited to be here with everybody for our Friday AI-driven business daily live, episode 24 now. So yeah, should be a good one. We're still working on the same project as we were before, but Greg, how's everything been for you?
Good, good. We missed all of you
Yes.
yesterday. It was weird, not having one of these, so it's good to be back in the saddle.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as we've mentioned before, you can post comments and questions in the chat section of this. If you're watching it recorded, just please post a comment and we'll make sure to respond. We always do a summary of our prior episode. So let's go ahead and get into that. It's a little bit longer today, so let's see how it goes.
Oh,
All right. In the previous episode of AI Driven Business Daily Live 23, creating and running a business with ChatGPT and artificial intelligence, the hosts started by apologizing for a brief delay caused by their engagement with other projects, including their nerdy indulgence. Because we were
I
talking, what were we talking about
love
last
that.
time?
We're talking about prime numbers
Oh, that's right.
and
Yeah.
before we got started, and
Uh-huh.
then that other thing that you introduced me to that I can't think of the name of.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so anyway, yes, and so I
Gematria.
said
Yeah,
gematria.
biblical
Yes,
gematria. Okay.
yes.
Once they got into the main topics, they concentrated on finalizing a blog post and crafting a Facebook announcement for their Replen dashboard official support community. Utilizing ChatGPT's assistance, they successfully wrote the blog post and created captivating announcements. Additionally, they explored the concept of repurposing existing content, such as YouTube videos and blog posts, with ChatGPT's help to maximize distribution and increase their audience. Looking ahead, the hosts discussed their future content strategies, which involve generating guides and implementing ChatGPT for automating content and distribution systems. They concluded the episode by mentioning the upcoming schedule for their next call, set for Friday, May 12th, and encouraged viewers to participate by leaving comments or posting questions. Ultimately, the episode revolved around leveraging AI tools and strategies to optimize business operations, attract organic traffic, and enhance content distribution for wider reach and engagement. It's a good one.
I'm I'm a little disappointed that it threw us under the bus or threw me under the bus. Yeah, come on,
With
ChatGPT.
the nerdy
Yeah, with the
indulgence.
nerd. Yeah, I was like, whoa, whoa, that one it's close to home. Come
It
on.
did. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely attacked us, but that's okay. Um,
Yep. It's just the
there.
first attacks
That's
of
what I
the
was gonna say.
robots.
That's what I was gonna say. Um, but yeah, and also there's a lot of things happening right now in the AI world. If you saw Google's Bard has now
Ooh,
become more robust apparently, and very good because it can access data real time where ChatGPT
oh,
can't. So there's some potential
interesting.
updates in the future on that. It also is partnered with Adobe, so it makes AI generated images much better. Can do a
Nice.
lot of things. So, and so much is built off Google. I have a feeling that they're going to be the king of the AI world very soon, over and above ChatGPT. I hate to say that because Google is free right now. So Bard is anyway.
Oh,
You can actually
interesting.
drop it links for recent stuff and tell it to summarize things. Now, I have tried to use it for some of the stuff that we use it for ChatGPT, or
Yep.
that we use ChatGPT for, and Bard has not been nearly as good in crafting like blog posts or YouTube scripts or that kind of a thing. So
Got
it's
it.
not as expansive, even with the same exact prompt. But
Hmm.
it can do a decent job. It can also create captions for images. So you can upload an image and it'll use Google Lens, I think, to
Yeah.
analyze it. And then you can have it create captions, which is pretty cool if you think about it from a social media perspective. Um,
Ah,
so a lot of cool stuff with Bard that ChatGPT can't do, but we will continue to monitor that moving forward.
got it. Well, and I'm also seeing that um, that as a Google work, if you're so one of the big challenges is um, uh, one of the big challenges. A buddy of mine that's maybe watching right now just asked if we were making seven figures yet. Not quite, almost. Yeah, we're getting there.
Mhm.
Uh, But one of the big challenges with Bard is that you couldn't use it with Google Workspace accounts.
Hmm.
And so if you had an individual Google account, like I do, then or and like I don't know, half the planet does, then you could use Bard, or you could get on the wait list. But if you had a Google Workspace, then wah, wah, you couldn't use it.
Mm,
And so I was like, that kind of stinks.
mhm.
But I just saw a different error message with it this time that basically said your workspace admin has not yet enabled
Oh,
Bard, which was a little promising.
yeah.
So yeah. So we'll see. But that's cool.
That is.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I'm
Curious.
I'm I'm really looking forward to Bard being able to handle some of the email workload, and
Mhm,
just, whether it be drafting, hey, you got this email, I drafted a response for you. That's what
mhm.
I'm looking forward to, because having the full context of my entire inbox, yeah, it could probably draft emails for me better than I could. So, yeah.
And did you see that it rolled out like the enhancement or some button that you can click for Bard to craft email responses?
I haven't seen that.
Really,
No.
it's in my
Uh-uh.
email already for my regular Gmail stuff.
I can't wait. I can't wait. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited to use Bard. I wanted to test it out on one thing. Yeah, it's way wrong. So I gave it just now while we were sitting here. I gave it
It's
this little
way
prompt.
wrong.
And I was like, give me timestamps for important pieces of this video because it's supposed to be able to access it. This is our last live video. And it was way wrong.
Uh,
Not even close. I
I mean,
wonder.
it got the fact that it has AI.
That's true.
Like, it read something.
Yeah. And you can also view other drafts, which is kind of
Oh,
cool.
that's
So
interesting.
there's timestamps. This is draft one. There's draft two. Time travel, physics of time travel. Draft three, AI. Yeah, some AI stuff. But it's supposed to be able to access that. And especially since YouTube is a Google company, an Alphabet
Yeah, you would
company.
think that it
Um,
would. Yeah, that it would.
Let me try an article or something. Differences between ChatGPT and Bard. All right, let's go with this article. Let's see if it'll summarize it for us. All right, summarize this article. Sorry, this completely went a different
No,
direction
no,
than I
no.
told you
I
it was
love
going to.
this. No,
Article
no, no. This is
compares
perfect.
Google Bard and ChatGPT-4, two large language models. Bard is conversational AI chatbot developed by Google AI, while ChatGPT-4 is a large language model chatbot developed by OpenAI. One of the major differences between the two models is their size. Bard is trained on a data set of 1.56 trillion parameters, while GPT-4 is trained on a data set of 175 billion parameters. It means that Bard has a
Lame.
much larger vocabulary and can generate more complex and nuanced responses. Another difference between the two models is their focus. Bard is designed to be a conversational AI chatbot, while GPT-4 is designed to be a general purpose language model. This means that Bard is better at understanding and responding to natural language, while GPT-4 is better at generating different creative text formats. Finally, the
Hmm.
article discusses the cost of using each model. Bard is free, while GPT-4 is paid. Overall, Bard is more powerful and versatile conversational AI chatbot than GPT-4. However, GPT-4 is a better choice for users who need a general purpose language model. Let's see. That was a real big summary. This one is all these different parameters in here. So I would have preferred a better training data set, authenticity, access to the internet, user friendliness, text processing, charges, and price. So it took some pieces, but it didn't fully summarize. Oh,
Hmm.
sorry, I'm not sharing that. Share this tab
Oh,
instead. These are the parameters that were used
got
in
it.
this. So,
Oh, interesting. So one would think that it could kind of walk each of those parameters and just summarize each of them.
right. And it says that
So
Bard
actually, go ahead. Go ahead.
Bard sounds kind of offended by stupid questions because it's more natural language. So, how many heads does the president of a nation have? Presidents are human beings. Human beings have one head. Therefore, presidents have one head. I understand that you may
Which
be making a
I
joke, but I want to be clear that I'm not a person. I'm a large language model, also known as
oh, wow.
conversational AI or chatbot, trained to be
Oh.
informative and comprehensive. I'm trained on a massive amount of text data. I'm able to communicate and generate human-like text in response to a wide range of prompts and questions. For example, I can provide summaries of factual topics or create stories. So, a little
So
offended.
here's here's a question. Do you if you go into the, what is the name of that, summarizer thing? What is you know what I'm talking
I
about?
only have a YouTube summarizer.
Which one do you have? Is it like a little circle logo?
It is. Let me find it.
Because I
Yeah.
think we might
Oh,
have the
YouTube and
same.
article summary, huh?
Uh-huh. So
Okay.
here's what I would let's put them head to head. Yeah. So if you go into, there I found it. If you go into details or
Mhm.
options, maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, go into options on it. And if you scroll to the bottom, um, there's something called summary icon on web pages, visible or hidden. So
Ah.
turn that on and then, yep, and then refresh. And I think it just saves. Now go back to that article that you were sharing, refresh it, you should see in the lower right-hand corner the little, circle guy or gal. I don't know, it's genderless, I suppose.
This thing down here. Okay.
Yeah,
Click
and
that.
yep, and can I add your screen
Yeah,
to the
here we go.
stream? Sweet.
So this was the article, huh?
Yep, and then
And it did bullet points. Let me
and it does that's the yeah, that was the kind of the default prompt, I think, yep.
okay, here's its summary. Article compares to conversational. Oh goodness. Okay, hold on. It goes through all the parameters. So it compares to
Uh,
AI tools. Bard is for this.
First parameter, second, third.
Yeah,
I
which is better. I think
I
it's a better summary.
yeah, I think it's a way better
Well,
summary.
now hold on. Let me try this. Summarize. I'm just going to copy and paste the same
Uh-huh.
exact prompt
Yep. Yep.
into Bard. Come on. Why is it going so
This
slow? My goodness.
this is this is one of the things. So I love the copy
Yeah.
on the response, but they need a copy on the prompt because the number of times that I've done exactly that, and I'm like,
Hmm.
trying to not working.
Okay. So summarize, introduction, comparison, conclusion. Okay. So it made it. There's also additional notes. Bard and GPT-4 large language models trained on a data set of text and
And
code.
we're not seeing that screen, I don't think.
Oh no, sorry.
No, it's okay.
So
Perfect.
this was what I just pasted it in,
Yep.
and it's got an introduction and comparison. They're both large language models, differ in a number of ways, trained on a data set of text and code. GPT-4 is trained on a more general data set. It means that Bard
Yep.
is better. So access to the internet, this time it talked about that. Bard
Yeah.
is free. So I feel like it missed a couple things, but
And it's maybe a bit more concise,
it
but
is more concise.
uh,
Let me
I don't
see if
know.
GPT 3.5 gave us any type of a summary. Um, Sixth, seventh, in conclusion, both tools have their strengths. Bard performs well in human-like response, user-friendliness, and real-time internet access, while GPT-4 excels in text processing tasks, like this, actually. However, Bard's responses may lack authenticity and generate fake news. The choice between the two depends on specific use cases and requirements. And the conclusion with Bard was they're both powerful, excel in different areas. Bard is better at having natural and open-ended conversations, while GPT-4 is better at understanding and generating a wide range of text for multiple purposes. Bard also has access to the internet in real time, while GPT-4 relies on a data set that only goes up until late 2021. Bard is free. GPT-4 is paid. So it's interesting. It doesn't say that Bard could be fake news.
Well, is that and
Let
yeah,
me look up fake news. Yep.
yeah. Oh,
Like
all
this
right.
80% of the news listed by Bard was fake news. So hallucination still seems to be a major issue with Bard. Hallucination.
Hallucination.
That's hilarious.
Wow. I'm hallucinating. That's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. Let's see. That's funny. For instance, when we asked it to list down the top 10 developments around generative AI in the last 24 hours, mentioned a tool named BlenderBot 4. Bard said the tool was available to the public, can generate realistic text and speech that is indistinguishable from human-generated content. In reality, the release of BlenderBot 4 is nothing more than Bard's hallucination or fear. Not only this, 80% of the news listed by Bard was fake news. So hallucination still seems to be a major issue with Bard. So what's BlenderBot 4? Let's see if this is anything. BlenderBot. I have no idea what all this stuff is. BlenderBot 3. GPT-4. This is the article we were on. This is very interesting.
It is.
Images. Meta.
Oh, that's. Oh. Uh-oh.
What?
I'm like, just the comment. It has election denying anti-Semitic. I was like, oh,
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those things that you have to remember that anytime I see those things and people are like, see, they're trying to, and I'm like, there's a little bit too much data for somebody to be like, woo, ha, ha, I'm going to manipulate this. And,
Yeah.
it's maybe a little harder to do that than maybe we would like to believe, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, anyway, that's where it's at right now. So I wanted to at least talk about Bard versus ChatGPT a little bit because it's
a
lot of things happen every 24 hours in the AI space.
Yes, big time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
Cool.
And we're back.
We are. It was a nice 17-minute detour.
Yeah.
All right. So today we're talking about making a system for content distribution, right? For an assistant.
Yep.
But did we have anything else to finish with the blog post and YouTube video? Are we good on that?
I think we are good on the. Where is that?
Okay.
Yeah, I think we are good on that. I mean, we have a script, and I believe we have all of the. Yeah, the email. Let me grab that and put that into a separate file.
Okay.
Should have been doing this while we were ChatGPTing,
right,
or barding.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Why did they come up with the name Bard? Does that exist? Let me ask Bard why it's named Bard.
Ooh, that is a good question.
Why are you named Bard? It says, well, it's thinking. I am named Bard. Okay, let's see what this says. All right, I am named Bard because in Celtic cultures, a bard is a professional storyteller or verse maker, music composer, oral historian, and genealogist employed by a patron to praise them or their ancestors. They were trained to remember and recite stories and poems, and they often played music to accompany their performances. I was named Bard because I'm a large language model, also known as a conversational AI or chatbot, trained to be informative and comprehensive. I'm trained on a massive amount of text data, and I am able to communicate and generate human-like text in response to a wide range of prompts and questions. For example, I can provide summaries of factual topics or create stories. I hope that I can live up to the name of Bard and be a source of information and entertainment for you. Thank you, Bard.
That's yes, that is interesting. I love when it's like, I can take facts and summarize them. It didn't say poorly, it just said it can do that. So,
Right.
yeah. Just kidding, Bard. I know you're listening. Always. I'm waiting for Amazon to jump into this
Yeah.
game
Yeah, me
because
too.
we've got ChatGPT out in the middle of, coming out of nowhere. We've got
Mhm.
Google, you know, jumping in, and we haven't heard from Apple or Amazon. And
Right.
those are the two that, yeah, it'll be
Well,
interesting to see.
Apple has Siri, so I
Well,
feel
exactly.
that's going to be the one in the future. Amazon with
Yep.
their Amazon Echoes and all that kind of stuff, it'll be
Hmm.
interesting because you could legitimately have an Amazon Echo and say, Amazon Echo, I think I heard it was Gary Vaynerchuk talk about this. Like, hey, I've got a birthday party with 6, 12-year-old boys coming over. I need you to order me party supplies, food, etc., and know that one of the people are gluten free. So please
Huh.
place the orders based on that information, and it'll just order it all for you.
Wow.
And it would be able to understand the dietary restrictions. Like, that's the future that we're getting to. So you don't even have to do any of that kind of stuff. You could just tell it to do this, and it will, through AI, know what things. So like pizza would be out because of a gluten-free thing. So maybe you get
Right.
something else,
Huh.
So
That's fascinating.
yeah.
Which would be okay if it just did it, but then,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm not. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway,
Mhm.
but I every time that so we have a number of those devices, and anytime it's like, would you like me to add that to your shopping list, or would you like to buy that? I'm like, no, no, I don't, because I no, mm-mm.
Mhm.
And I don't know why, because I'm a pretty typically I would be like, yeah, let's do that, but maybe I'm too frugal, and I'm like,
Mhm.
sounds like I might be paying too much for that, or who knows. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
Well, yeah, I don't even have any Amazon Echo products or anything, but I know everything's listening, so it doesn't matter. But,
Everything is at all times.
uh,
Yes.
all right, where are we? You
Okay.
got the email. So are we now then going to work on
Yes.
the system for content for an assistant?
Yeah, I think so. Um,
Okay.
yes. So let's start a new chat.
And the reason we're doing
And
this is because obviously Greg and I don't want to get on here all the time and make a blog post,
I
edit
don't
the
know, it's
blog
pretty
post,
exciting.
make the YouTube scripts, do the emails, do the Facebook posts, all of that. So
Yes. Yes. So what persona would ChatGPT, um, like a process expert?
operations expert or manager.
Operation. Yeah, there you go. Act as an operations manage, manage. I can spell. Act as an operations manager, and sometimes I've just said act as an operations manager, and then I will. So instead of like making a one big long run-on sentence, I'll just be like, act as an operations manager.
Good.
Please create. And I don't know if you do it that way or if you do one big sentence,
Doesn't matter.
but got it. So please create a process and help me out here for
For having an assistant utilize ChatGPT to make blog posts, then turn those blog posts into YouTube scripts, then send out an email announcing
on YouTube scripts,
craft an email.
email.
Yeah.
Yep. Turn those into YouTube scripts, craft an email.
On the blog post and YouTube video
Yep.
announcing. Yeah.
Announcing. There you go. The blog post and YouTube. Craft an email and social media post.
Okay.
announcing the blog post and YouTube video. Anything else?
No, I think that's perfect.
Okay.
See what
Let's
it
see
does.
ChatGPT and let's go.
Sure. Here's a process for utilizing an assistant in ChatGPT to create blog posts, YouTube scripts, emails, and social media posts. Step 1, blog post creation. Identify the topic. The assistant should identify trending topics or areas of interest related to your business or audience. This could be based on keyword research, industry news, customer questions, or other sources. 2, use ChatGPT. Have the assistant input the topic into ChatGPT and ask for a detailed blog post on it. They can specify the blog post structure, key points to cover, etc. 3, review and edit. The assistant should thoroughly review and edit the generated blog post, ensuring it aligns with your brand voice and guidelines and is engaging and error-free. Step 2, create a YouTube script. Convert blog to script. The assistant should distill the blog post into a script for a YouTube video. This might involve emphasizing key points, adding pauses, scripting visual cues, and making it more conversational. 2, use ChatGPT. They can use ChatGPT to help with this by inputting sections of the blog post and asking for a conversational scripted version. 3, review and edit. Assistant should review and edit the script to make sure it works well for a video format, aligns with your brand, and is engaging and error-free. Step 3, craft an email. Summarize the content. The assistant should create a summary or teaser of the blog post and video to include in the email. Use ChatGPT. They can use ChatGPT to help generate the summary and the rest of the email content. They can ask for an email draft announcing a new blog post and YouTube video. Saying review and edit. The assistant should review and edit the email to ensure it's engaging, has a clear call to action, and is error-free. Step 4, create a social media post. Create a short description. The assistant should create a short, enticing description of the blog post and video to use in the social media post. Use ChatGPT to help generate this description and the rest of the social media post content. They can ask for a social media post draft announcing a new blog post and YouTube video. Review and edit. Same deal. Publish and promote. Coordinate publishing. The assistant should coordinate the publishing of the blog post, YouTube video, email, and social media posts to ensure they all go live in a timely manner. Monitor engagement after publishing. The assistant should monitor engagement and respond to comments and questions as needed. It's pretty good.
Please go ahead.
I was going
you're
to say,
say the same
can
thing as
we
me.
ask it to give us prompts for utilizing ChatGPT for each one of these steps?
Yes. Please provide prompts for each of the steps that you recommend using ChatGPT. Let's see. All right. I'll read it. So the blog post creation, the prompt is ChatGPT. I need a blog post about insert topic. The structure should be an introduction, 3 key points with subpoints, and a conclusion. Make sure to engage the readers and provide actionable advice. 2, create a YouTube script. ChatGPT, I need to convert this blog post section into a conversational script for a YouTube video. The section is insert section. Please add necessary pauses, visual cues, and ensure it's engaging. Step 3, craft an email. ChatGPT, I need to draft an email announcing our latest blog post. The blog is about blog topic. The video covers this. Email should engage the reader, provide a summary, and have a clear call to action to read the blog post and watch the video. Create social media post. ChatGPT, I need a compelling social media post for our new blog post and YouTube video. The post should be engaging, brief, and drive followers to check out our latest content. The topic of the blog post and video is this.
Okay, so we could what's the word? Edit some of that stuff to, okay, the first one after the blog post is created, cool, that's good. But step 2 for the YouTube script, we could say ChatGPT need to convert this blog post into a conversation or into a YouTube script, like X amount of time, based off of the below blog. I wouldn't want to add necessary pauses, visual cues, and ensure it's engaging, because that's a little different for me. But craft an email. I would probably, instead of saying the blog is about and the video covers, I would say below is the blog post and YouTube script. But yeah, I think for the most part, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So one question that is just occurring to me now, I'm surprised that it was like the assistant should identify trending topics. I'm like, that's what you're here for, ChatGPT. Why would So I'm a little surprised that it was
Well,
leaning on the person.
I'm
Or
thinking
how
because
do
it said trending topics and GPT is only through 2021, that
I?
might be
Okay,
why.
fair point. Yeah.
So like we could potentially use Bard, let me see, and say, hey, what are trending topics in the Amazon FBA space right now?
Interesting.
No, see what it says. I know I'm not sharing my screen, but here, Bard is different. It doesn't start writing; it thinks, and then it gives you all of it.
And then
So
it just like exports.
yeah, the trending topics are pretty much just regular topics: private label, wholesale, drop shipping, product research, listing optimization, pricing, marketing, customer service, account management, account suspension, and success.
Hmm.
And it gave 2 sources with it.
Interesting.
So not very good. Let me try what
Mm,
are trending topics right now in the world. Be dangerous.
yeah.
Because sometimes the way to get attention is to use
Oh,
trending
yeah.
topics and combine it with your product in some way. Okay, the war in Ukraine, COVID is climate crisis, the rise of authoritarianism, and the spread of misinformation. This is interesting. So, can
Hmm.
you give me the trend data for that? The Google Trends data for that? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how do we get trending topics that a VA would
Yeah.
never.
No, I'm with you. That we wouldn't have to. Yeah. So, dun dun dun. All right. So I I know I was talking smack previously, but I'm gonna try to. There we go. Can you see that? Yeah, I
Oh,
think you
Agent
can.
GPT?
What?
What is this?
So this is Auto GPT, but with a UI.
Okay.
And I haven't tested. So I basically just did a quick test. Uh, our family is making a trip out to Seattle. And so basically the default thing is, oh, hey, plan a trip to wherever. And it it runs through all of that. But I'm gonna do one find trending topics for uh, blog articles related. Oh no, hang on. Let me do this. Replan FBA bot. There we go. Find trending topics for blog articles related to Amazon FBA.
Okay.
Let's see what it does. And I did have to put my API key in here for this to my ChatGPT OpenAI API key for this to
Okay.
do stuff. So, embarking on a new goal, find trending topics for blog articles related to Amazon FBA. Added tasks, identifying FBA success stories, and okay, that's weird.
I'm COVID
Um,
19 and Amazon sales.
huh. Okay. Oh yeah,
I'm
I
cool
want
with the second
to.
one for sure. Ah, I like the first one too. Like all of these. Interested.
I think I have to wait for it to stop
Yeah,
thinking or something. Oh yeah, I
it's
think
fun.
you can. So I haven't tested. I meant to turn this on because I was trying to do it
Ah, okay.
previously, and it was like, hey, give me your API key, and then I did. I forgot to turn that on. So I think this is kind of chat, or this is Auto GPT-ish, except significantly more reliable,
Okay.
and maybe, as you can see, more reliable, but maybe also.
Huh. As an A language model, unable to do that.
Huh. Okay, let me stop this and let me turn on web search.
Uh,
Oh, bummer. I was thinking that there was a thing that would allow that. Um, maybe not. So there's a number of things similar to this. So yeah, I probably totally broke it
can you say, hey,
by
find trending topics for blog articles related to Amazon FBA and have it and write 1,500 word articles based on those topics? I just don't know how much it can do because maybe we could say after doing that, create a YouTube video script for each of those articles and
yep.
see what it
And
does.
that's kind of where my head was at as well. The
Okay.
bummer is when it can do a web search, I think um sorry, I'm reading this. So the task analyze the most popular Amazon FBA products in the last quarter, create a blog article discussing their success. Okay. Research and write a blog article on how Amazon FBA sellers can enhance their product listing. That's interesting. Investigate how to leverage social media platforms. Okay. I mean,
10 trending topics and write 1,500 word articles based on those topics. Additionally, been assigned a subtask of analyzing what
oh, sorry.
is up higher of analyzing the most popular Amazon FBA products in the last quarter. Okay. Start with we can brainstorm some topics such as. Okay. Cool.
And now it's added these tasks.
This is cool.
It's yeah, it
Can we make Replan dashboard connect to ChatGPT somehow and analyze data for what should be reordered?
um
Like
yes.
AI, if we're like, here, ChatGPT, here's all of our data.
So here's yeah, so the short answer is yes. The longer answer is it gets complicated for two
Mhm.
reasons. One, uh it's putting the data in the hands of not us.
Oh, that's true.
Uh which I think there would need to be like like a release, and yeah, so I think we would need to basically say, hey, you understand what you're doing here, and
Yeah.
could get a little ugly, or just like, are you sure you want to
Or
share your
could it be like a
info?
button that they
Yeah.
would have to
Hmm.
agree to it, but it could say like
Yep.
export to ChatGPT to analyze,
Yep.
and they'd have to have their own ChatGPT accounts and stuff like that to even use it.
Yes. Exactly. I think so. I think that is. So I think that's uh, definitely possible. It's just a matter of figuring out how to integrate it in a way that is meaningful, and then uh, yeah, and then being like, okay, well, how do we display the result set?
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Just
but I have thought about that. Like, oh, after we had the experience with the keywords
hmm
from Ahrefs, I was like, oh, you can just drop data into the middle of this, and then does it does the analysis.
Yeah.
So there were actually a few other scenarios that I was like, wonder if I drop that data in there, what it would do,
All right.
or how it would analyze it. Um, so
So it's currently writing all these posts. I don't know if they're actually 1,500. That's not 1,500 words. Um,
well, but it's clearly like what I haven't figured out is if this like is that yeah, I what I haven't figured out is if it's like truly
uh,
complete.
on, I'm not able to fully scroll up right there. Not able to fully perform the task and write an article. However, I can provide some tips and guidance. So that's the ChatGPT response, I guess.
Uh,
And how is Agent GPT doing with this?
Meaning,
Is it like adding more tasks because it didn't complete the 1,500 word article?
I don't know yet. We'll we will find out.
Okay, I didn't know since we were almost on time.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm also like, I want to log into OpenAI and see how my API consumption is looking because I'm guessing that it's like no big deal. Let
Yeah.
me just consume all this stuff. It'll be fine. It's not even really hit the radar yet,
Okay. Wow,
but
it is
it could
adding a
be.
bunch of tasks. Maybe we should have just done 2 trending topics.
I can, we can restart it and
I just don't know how long it
well,
would take.
so here's the beauty of it. Uh, ta-da! Now we can go and do something else
Yeah.
because it's just gonna go and this is the thing that I'm most waiting for is to have this intelligent agent that I can say, go write 10 articles, research topics, write 10 articles, and even if only 5 of them are good,
Mhm.
or even if 3 of them are good, I was sleeping. And even if it
True.
takes 5 hours, like,
Yeah.
dear AI agent, please go do these things. I'm gonna go to sleep, and then we'll catch up in the morning.
Yeah.
That's what I am most excited about is that.
Yeah.
So,
Is Agent
yeah,
GPT, is that, how much does that cost, or is it free, or what?
it's a free service that you have to put your
For now.
um, API keys into,
Okay.
which some people I'm sure would be like, "Oh my gosh, can't put my API keys in there." But I don't, yeah, I don't get too excited about that.
Yeah. I don't know what people would need to, be concerned with on that for
It
ChatGPT. I mean, I guess
some right,
you're using
and I think
ChatGPT for
it's more
sensitive information anyway. Like, then you
right.
probably.
Then you have different issues
Yeah.
because you're yeah, exactly.
Alright, so
Um,
how are these blogs looking?
yeah, let
And it'll
me.
tell you when it's done?
Uh, we are we are experiencing this together. So, hmm, no more subtasks.
For
So
that
I
one.
think it's getting for seller tools. Got it. So
Yeah.
I think that's where eventually I'll be able to export, like copy all of the data, and maybe I can just dump this into a.
What's it look like? Oh, goodness.
Oh my gosh, 10 pages.
And it's got all of its
It
thinking,
has everything.
restart, everything.
Added task, added task, added task.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it'll take some time to. Yeah, I don't know that I can easily export any of these things. So what Jimmy and I did talk about, and we're at the top of the hour here. What we did talk about at one point is the idea of building a bit of a specialized uh, script or whatever to do exactly what we're talking about. Here's a topic, produce these ideas, now go produce all of this stuff, and then do the continue, continue, continue. Then we can do a word count, and we can kind of go back and forth so that we don't have to sit here and watch ChatGPT think about its life and
Mhm.
the meaning of it. But
Right.
one miracle at a time. One
Right.
miracle at a time. So we will report out on how these tasks,
And,
how much they cost. No, but we'll report out on how all this stuff turned out.
okay. Does the API cost money?
The API does cost money. I am currently at, let me see. I have currently racked up 41 cents of API calls in my
Okay.
in my testing. So yeah, and I don't know. There's there's a whole bunch of there's different ways that the billing works and all that sort of stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Okay.
basically I have a hard limit right now at $50 because if something goes bonkers and racks up $50 worth of spend, I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah, better
Anything,
than 1,000.
right, yes,
Fall asleep, 8 hours of it just
right.
running.
What happened?
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. The credit card company's calling. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to avoid. So
totally get it.
anyway, we'll so I think we have a decent first draft of a process in ChatGPT. We'll kind of revise that, but I think some of these tools like Agent GPT, there are a few others that that we'll talk about offline that we'll see if they're the right things to bring forward. So
Okay. Perfect.
yeah,
All right, everybody.
awesome.
Well, we will see you back on Monday, May 15th at 4:15 Central,
Yep.
5:15 Eastern. Yeah, as always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section, and we will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Take care.